Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to pull a spirit message from Jack Kerouac's On the Road. I'm going to go ahead and use the dice and see what message Spirit has for us today. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective at this time, for whom it will resonate for it? For whenever the time is divine, please and thank you. Alright. We have 2. Can't even see that, huh? Okay. We have another 2, so a master number of 22. And we have 9. 229 it is. Fix that. There we go. Alright, page 229. That breaks down to a 49, or what is that, a 13 down to 4? If that has any significance for anybody. 229. Alright. In no time at all, we were back on the main highway, and that night I saw the entire state of Nebraska unroll before my eyes. 110 miles an hour straight through, an arrow road, sleeping towns, no traffic, and the Union Pacific streamliner falling behind us in the moonlight. I wasn't frightened at all that night. It was perfectly legitimate to go 110 and talk and have all the Nebraska towns, Ogallala, Gothenburg, Kearney, Grand Island, Columbus, unreal with dreamlike rapidity as we roared ahead and talked. It was a magnificent car. It could hold the road like a boat holds on water. Gradual curves were its singing ease. "Aw man, what a dreamboat," sighed Dean. "Think if you and I had a car like this, what we could do. Do you know there's a road that goes down to Mexico and all the way to Panama? And maybe all the way to the bottom of South America, where the Indians are 7 feet tall and eat cocaine on the mountainside. Yes, you and I, Sal, we'd dig the whole world with a car like this, because, man, the road must eventually lead to the whole world. Ain't nowhere else it can go, right? Oh, and are we going to cut around old Chi with this thing? Think of it, Sal. I've never been to Chicago in all my life. Never stopped. We'll come in there like gangsters in this Cadillac. Yes, and girls. We could pick up girls, in fact, Sal. I've decided to make extra special fast time, so we can have an entire evening to cut around in this thing. Now you just relax, and I'll ball the jack all the way." "Well, how fast are you going to go now?" "A steady 110, I figure. You wouldn't notice it. We've still got all Iowa in the daytime. And then I'll make that old Illinois in nothing flat." The boys fell asleep, and we talked and talked all night. It was remarkable how Dean can go mad, and then suddenly continue with his soul, which I think is wrapped up in a fast car, a coast to reach, and a woman at the end of the road, calmly and insanely as though nothing had happened. I get like that every time in Denver now. I can't make that town anymore. Gookly gookly, Dean's a spooky. Zoom. I told him I had been over this Nebraska road before in '47. He had too. Sal, when I was working for the New Era Laundry in Los Angeles, 1944, falsifying my age, I made a trip to Indianapolis Speedway for the express purpose of seeing the Memorial Day Classic Hitch, hiking by day and stealing cars by night to make time. Also, I had a $20 Buick back in Los Angeles, my first car. It couldn't pass the brake and light inspection, so I decided I needed an out-of-state license to operate the car without arrest. So, went through here to get the license. As I was hitchhiking through one of these very towns, with the plates concealed under my coat, a nosy sheriff, who thought I was pretty young to be hitchhiking, accosted me on the main drag. He found the plates and threw me in a 2-cell jail with a county delinquent who should have been in the home for the old since he couldn't feed himself. The sheriff's wife fed him, and sat through the day drooling and slobbering. After investigations, which included corny things like a fatherly quiz, then an abrupt turnabout to frighten me with threats, a comparison of my handwriting, etc., and after I made the most magnificent speech of my life to get out of it, concluding with the confession that I was lying about my car stealing past, and was only looking for my pa, who was a farmhand hereabouts, he'd let me go. Of course, I missed the races. The following fall, I did the same thing again to see the Notre Dame, California game in South Bend, Indiana. Trouble none this time, and so I had just the money for the ticket, and not an extra cent, and didn't eat anything all up and back, except for what I had panhandled from all kinds of crazy cats I met on the road, and at the same time gun gals. Only guy in the United States of America that ever went to so much trouble to see a ball game. Have a good one, guys.